before Rome, before Alexander, before even the Persian Empire. A powerful civilization was rising in the heart of Anatolia, an empire bold enough to challenge Egypt at the height of its glory. They mastered war chariots, they shaped iron into deadly weapons, and they signed the first recorded peace treaty in human history. This is the story of the Hittites, the forgotten empire that reshaped the ancient world. Around 1600 BCE, central Anatolia was a land of rival city-states. Out of this chaos emerged a unified kingdom. The Hittites built their capital at Hattusa, a heavily fortified city surrounded by massive stone walls and monumental gates guarded by lion statues. From this stronghold, they expanded rapidly. They conquered neighboring kingdoms. They absorbed cultures. They developed complex laws and diplomatic systems. But their true power came from innovation. They refined the use of war chariots. Fast, deadly, strategic. And they were among the earliest civilizations to master iron technology, giving them a significant military advantage. The Hittites were no longer just a regional force. They were becoming an empire. Hattusa was not just a capital, it was a statement of power. Massive cyclopean walls surrounded the city. Secret tunnels ran beneath the stone foundations. Monumental gates guarded the entrances, carved with lions and sphinxes. Every visitor understood one thing. This was not a fragile kingdom. This was a civilization built to endure. Inside its archives, thousands of clay tablets were stored. Laws, treaties, royal decrees. The Hittites were not only warriors, they were record keepers of history. By the 13th century BCE, two superpowers dominated the Near East: Egypt in the south, the Hittite Empire in the north. Both sought control over Syria, a region rich in trade routes and strategic cities. Conflict became inevitable. Around 1274 BCE, the armies of Pharaoh Ramesses II met the forces of the Hittite king Muwatalli II near the city of Kadesh. Thousands of soldiers, hundreds of chariots, dust darkening the sky. It was one of the largest chariot battles in ancient history. Egyptian records claimed victory. Hittite records told a different story. In truth, the battle ended in stalemate. Neither side could destroy the other, and the war dragged on. As the battle began, Ramesses II believed he had caught the Hittites by surprise. But it was a trap. Hidden Hittite chariot divisions waited beyond the hills. When they struck, Egyptian lines collapsed in chaos. Chariots overturned. Messengers ran in panic. Dust swallowed the battlefield.
We must reach the Pharaoh.
For a moment, the fate of Egypt hung in the balance.
Rally.
This was not a simple victory for either side. It was a brutal demonstration of equal power. Ramesses II later carved inscriptions across Egyptian temples claiming total victory at Kadesh. Walls told a heroic story, the pharaoh defeating countless enemies. But Hittite records told a different version. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. History, after all, is often written by those who control the stone. Years later, both empires faced new threats. Assyria was rising. Internal struggles weakened both sides. Endless war was no longer sustainable. So something extraordinary happened. Around 1259 BCE, Egypt and the Hittite Empire signed the Treaty of Kadesh. It was the first recorded peace treaty in human history. The agreement promised mutual defense, extradition of fugitives, and lasting peace. It was written in Akkadian, the diplomatic language of the time. The copy still exists today. For the first time in history, two great empires chose diplomacy over destruction. But empires rarely last forever. Around 1200 BCE, the Bronze Age collapsed. Trade networks fell apart. Cities burned. Mysterious sea peoples attacked coastal regions. The Hittite Empire fragmented. Hattusa was abandoned. Within decades, the great empire disappeared from history. For centuries, they were forgotten, until archaeologists rediscovered their capital in the 19th century. The stones of Hattusa began to speak again.
These walls are colossal. Note the construction.
And the forgotten empire returned to
Indeed.
history.
Sketch the alignment.
The Hittites were warriors, engineers, diplomats. They challenged Egypt. They mastered iron. They created history's first peace treaty. Yet for centuries, the world forgot them. But history never truly disappears. It waits to be rediscovered. No single event destroyed the Hittite Empire. It was a storm of crises. Drought may have weakened agriculture. Trade networks collapsed.
All is lost.
The walls
Migrating
crumble.
groups
What hope
destabilized
remains?
borders. Within a generation, the empire fragmented into smaller Neo-Hittite states. The great power of Anatolia faded into legend. And for centuries, their name disappeared from memory. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the Wanderin Library, where forgotten worlds come back to life.